How do you read a textbook?
Well, I usually read a mathematics textbook actually by writing. Um, I think an important thing about reading a mathematics textbook is to understand that it's different than other types of reading you might do. Certainly different than reading a novel, different than what you might read in other classes. And the important thing about reading a math textbook is to find the important information. And for me, writing it down is really important. Writing down key definitions, key formulas, key facts that you're going to need to use. And then also writing down and doing problems that use all of those key facts that you've just found in the reading. To learn mathematics, you have to do mathematics. So even reworking problems that are done in the section, trying practice problems if there are any. So really being an active reader is important when you're reading a math textbook.
How do you read a textbook?
What's this for?
It's for a program for my residents.
Okay. I would say you read a textbook non-linearly. That's my response. Is like I flip around, I skim through it, I look at pictures, I look at headlines or caps, or maybe read a caption or two. The second response is you read a textbook how you're told to read it. You know, you get like chapter this, chapter that, you have to read the textbook. That's not the most exciting way to read a textbook, I think, because the book is the perfect interface for information. Because it's physical, it's in the universe that we live in, we can touch it. I can skip to any page I want, I can go back to front, and if it's properly designed, the designers allowed me a bunch of visual cues that I can skip around and zero in on the information I want without spending a whole lot of time reading things that I don't. But again, if you're assigned this book, you probably have to read it start to front. That's what I got.
Okay, the first thing about reading a textbook is it's not like reading a summer novel. It's not something that you can just kind of turn the page and just go from sentence to sentence. The first thing about reading a textbook is you need to spend time with every sentence and make sure you fully understand every sentence before you go on to the next sentence. And sometimes, if you're reading a math text, it may mean that you have a lot of work to do. You may have to have a pencil in hand and go through an example and figure out that example as you're going along. But for any text, it's a matter of taking your time and making sure you understand everything in there.
Alright, so I would recommend getting a sense of the whole chapter or section that you're supposed to be reading, so you know what to focus on, to take notes on the section headings to organize your notes, and then try to look up any vocab in the back of the book if they have a dictionary, or in your own dictionary if it seems crucial and you don't know the word. And usually skimming it once and then trying to read it more thoroughly is a good idea to retain more.
Alright, how to read a textbook? Well, I like to read textbooks in really pretty much the front to back manner, and I read through the text and I have my highlighter so I can highlight important parts. But I find it very important and effective to, after I read a page, to pause and to think about what the messages that are most important in that page, and then I can continue on. So, not very complicated, but that's how I usually read a textbook.